I'm Emma, and back in August 2014 my then 5-year-old daughter, a month before she turned 6, was diagnosed with diffuse intrinsic pontine glioma, DIPG for short. DIPG is a brain tumour that affects the pons region of the brainstem. It is inoperable, and because of the way it materialises in the brain and the properties surrounding it, there is no cure. It wraps itself in and around the blood vessels. Life expectancy for this tumour is 9 to 12 months. We have so far beaten them odds, thank goodness. We had in 2014 6 weeks radiation, which shrunk the tumour by half, and Kira had a stable tumour for the rest of the year, which meant she could still be, in effect, a normal child. But in September 2015, a routine MRI scan showed that Kira's tumour had significant growth. And now time was running out. We had to act fast, and we had to find something to help prolong her life, if not help with a cure. That was when we was accepted on a trial in Bristol. A CED. It involves putting chemotherapy directly into the tumour, because systematic chemo doesn't work because it can't cross the blood-brain barrier, which is a natural defence within the brain, but not very good when you're trying to fight a brain tumour. Following the surgery to put the catheters in the brain and a shunt, Kira became very poorly. When a shunt is put into the brain, it changes the entire dynamics of the brain. Kira lost her gross and fine motor skills, her mobility, she lost the ability to talk, to swallow, she was incredibly poorly. We transferred from Bristol to Nottingham because Nottingham is our local children's oncology department, and it is where we've been based since 2014. We needed Kira to recover. We had to rehabilitate her. At this point she was an incredibly poorly little girl, and we was told directly that they didn't know if the tumour was reacting to chemotherapy and we was hitting progression, or she had developed posterior fossa syndrome, and time would tell. If she declined, it would be progression. If she improved, which thankfully she did, it was posterior fossa syndrome. So while we was there at the hospital, when Kira felt well enough to attend, we started attending the Queen's Medical School. In Kira's lifetime, since she's been at school, she's only ever attended 1 year of mainstream school. That was reception class. She was diagnosed just after completing that first year of school. She attended 6 months in year 1 and a few weeks in year 2, and the rest of the time she had missed. So she was already falling behind her peers, and she could barely read and write. And even though I do stuff with her, I am not a teacher. So she needed proper education, and Kira loves to learn. She's loved to learn from the minute she was born. So we took her along to the school where she met the staff. She enjoyed being at that school. She got to bake on a Thursday with Kathy. She did jigsaws, she did phonics, she did numeracy, literacy. She did everything she wanted to do. She played musical instruments, she sang, she was in the school Christmas play because she was unable to attend her mainstream school Christmas play. For a few hours every day, she was a normal child. Not an oncology child, but a normal child. And there's a big difference with that. When you have cancer, you are known as an oncology child. There's a big stigma surrounding it. But for a few hours every day when we attended the school, Kira, she wasn't having her obs done, she wasn't having blood tests, she wasn't having physio or MRI scans. She was a normal child doing what a normal child her age should be doing. And she enjoyed that. She was able to learn. She continued to read, which stopped her falling behind too much from her peers. She is still behind because she's bound to be, but she's not as far as behind as what she would be without attending the school. When you have an oncology child, their life changes. It changes so much, it's quite difficult to explain. They give up everything that they should be doing for their age. And that's what happened with Kira. She'd already given up ballet because she didn't have the strength in her legs to do the ballet. She'd given up rainbows, brownies. She practically gave up school. And she was suffering because of that. Education is an important part of life. It gets you through your childhood and it carries you into your adulthood. What you learn in school, education-wise, is going to carry you throughout the rest of your life. Not just educational-wise, but the socialisation, the important skills you need for when you become an adult. And Kira was missing out on them. And she loves everything about school. She loves meeting new people, meeting new friends, as well as the learning. So being able to attend the school with Kathy and Susie and all the others, she enjoyed it. It was normal. It was as far as normal goes in what isn't a very normal world for us. And when we was discharged from the hospital, Kira was still too poorly to attend mainstream school. And the QMC school, along with Kira's head teacher Debbie Forster, between them helped organise Kira to have a home tutor come from our local hospital. And she still comes now. Even though Kira now is back at mainstream school, she only attends 2 mornings a week because she gets quite tired. So it's important to try and keep the learning up, so she does still have a home tutor once a week. But in the future we are more than likely going to be patients again at some point, or in Nottingham for a while, receiving more treatment. And I have no fear that Kira's going to miss too much schooling, because I know I can enrol her back at a hospital school, and I know she'll continue to flourish and to learn what she needs to learn. And that's important, because none of what we are doing now is normal. Children should be learning ABCs and 1, 2, 3, playing in the playground with friends. When you have an oncology child, you can't do that. Instead of learning your alphabet and your numbers, you were learning the names of drugs, the names of nurses, doctors, how to do OBS, playing in corridors. And children shouldn't be like that. They should be having fun, because they only get one shot at childhood, and it's important to give them the best that we possibly can. And that's what we get when we attend the Queen's Medical School. It's not about being an oncology child. It's not about spending time in hospital. It's, for a few hours, it's being a child, doing what children should be doing. We love the hospital school, so from the bottom of our hearts, thank you to all the staff and everybody who is involved with the school. Kira loves it, I love it, thank you. Love you.
No.